So I noticed a little something today on Blue Ball's channel that I think y'all may find interesting. This be one of her recent clips, and you notice how it be all zoomed in and shit? Well, like she done many times, she recorded this shit out of her photo roll because the dumb is too stupid to figure out how to crop her screen. And so this what she do. She zoom in and record her recordings. She needed to crop something off her screen, whether it was the account she was logged into or whether it was the top of her phone where it showed the time and all. That's because this clip be old as dirt. So I'ma play the clip and then I'ma explain why this shit's so weird. But before I do that, let's read the stupid-ass title she writes.
Leona accomplishments of a true psychopath.
Yeah, very accomplished. I have an awesome son. That was a huge accomplishment in my life. And hockey, he's great at hockey. Trust me, if you knew what I've been through in life and where I am, I accomplished a lot. Anyway.
So that's the clip. Sounds like she just randomly bragging about accomplishments, but there be more to it. Now this an old ass live cuz this bitch ain't used that picture in years. In fact, she stopped using it sometime in 2020, so either Blue Balls got no life and spend hours upon hours, days upon days scouring through 5-year-old obscure lives on her channel to find this random part, or she recorded this clip 5 years ago. I mean, what a random thing to hold on to for 5 years. While I believe Blue Balls be a no life having loser, I find it hard to believe that she randomly stumbled across this clip one day on a channel with hundreds and hundreds of live streams that be hours and hours long. So I'ma go with this whole recorded this shit 5 years ago, but the question is, why? Why would she record a bitch talking about her accomplishments? Well, this clip comes from this live from June of 2020 that's titled, How Long We Milking This Cow? Lyanne and Condess Wendy. So why would this hoe be clipping shit from this random 5-year-old live about Diane and Wendy or holding on to clips from a live about Diane and Wendy? Well, let me show you.
So she takes this picture. This is my mom at a Halloween party. I'm not even sure who she's supposed to be. I don't know if she was like, whatever. This was a Halloween party at my aunt's house in like 1983. Okay. And she saves this and she writes, slept with a married man who was also her boss. She knew he had 2 daughters.
So what is this, you ask? These are screenshots from a video Kristina had made, and this the weird shit she wrote about Leona's parents who are no longer on this earth.
Picture of my parents, which all, again, were saved off of my mom's page, I think. She should not be on my mom's page. Like, Kristina, get a fucking life, okay, girl? You really need to go seek out some mental help, my friend. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Sorry, you're not my friend. I don't want you to get any weird ideas here that I like you, because that might get you excited. So she saved this picture where my dad was joking, and like they took the picture and it looks like he's grabbing her, you know what, but she like zoomed into that. You fucking weirdo. Why are you zooming into my fucking mom's tits? Like you, this was when my mom was sick. Okay. She had just fucking found out that her kidneys failed. This was the first time she left the house after she started dialysis for the first time. And she had just gotten out of the hospital. And it was the first time she got dressed and like left and went somewhere. So, you know, my dad was trying to joke around with her that night, but you know, use it in a fucking creepy way, you creepy bitch.
And also, this was the same video where she called her mom a home wrecker and shit. Fucking nasty hoe. Who does this? And then there was this weird shit.
I'm like, what the fuck is this, right? What is that? Right? I'm like, why is this in here? Is this like a mistake? I didn't know what it was. So first I see this picture. This is creepy, guys. This is like the creepiest. Just get ready. You're going to have the chills. Okay. So I see this and I'm like, why is this in the video? But she does that. She does weird shit, this girl. She puts weird shit in the videos, apparently. Like this. Fucking weird. Like she puts pictures of herself in the videos with Jodi Arias. Because I called her Jodi Arias. I did. Sorry. I did. That's probably the only time I've mentioned her. But she does like weird shit like that, right? So then, hold on. So then I see this picture. All right. And you guys are probably like, yeah, and hold on. Let me zoom it in a little bit. Let me zoom this in a little bit. Take a good look at this, right? I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, why would this be in her video? That's so weird, right? This gets creepy. Gets fucking creepy. Oh my God. She put up I don't know. I don't quite know the order because again, I didn't really watch the video, but I was told that she put up a picture of her arm. Yeah, this is this one. And showing her muscles or lack thereof. So she like, what the fuck? She puts this picture in there, right? And that is the ugliest fucking dress I've ever seen, Kristina. Sorry, but it just is. Did you buy that at like the fucking, I don't know. I don't even know where the fuck you would get that. That thing looks like, did you make it? Because it looks like you did. It looks like you might have sewn that together, like using, I don't know. Maybe she shops at Justice. Who the fuck wears that many animal prints at one time? That's too many animal prints, okay? You got cheetah, leopard, zebra. No, girl. Sorry. It's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me. Okay, so she put that in there and she's like, I make things. This is what I was told. Okay, no, she's not my sister-in-law, Kathleen. I don't know who she is. She's just some creepy bitch that lives in Vermont or Massachusetts or somewhere. Right? So she put that in there and she said something to the effect of she builds things, right? With her arms or her hands or some bullshit. She seems to think she's jacked, but she's not. All right. And then she puts this. And this is when I really got creeped out. This is when it really started to just get me a little, I got the chills. And hold on, where is it? Is that it? There it is. Okay. So then she puts this in here. Let me pull this up and make it a little bigger for you guys so you fully understand how creepy this is. Okay. I want you guys to really understand how fucking creepy this shit is. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, wow, that looks really, you guys see that? So apparently, I guess she took the stones that were in that other thing that was all falling apart and she put them here. And that's great, you know, but I'm like, why is this in here? Right? The normal person watching this is not going to know why this is in here, what the fuck this has to do with anything, right? So she like, apparently, I guess she's saying she built this with her arms, with her strong arms, okay? And this is where shit gets fucking weird because I look at this and I'm like, oh, that's creepy. That looks familiar. Wait a second. Hold on a second. Where have I seen that? And I'm thinking in my head, well, I'm looking at these screenshots. It's like fucking 3 o'clock in the morning, by the way, too, when this is all happening. And I was like, dude, that looks so familiar. It looks just like my backyard. Well, just like my backyard. This weird ditch. Let me get this off here. Okay? She copied my fucking backyard. So creepy. Like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Seriously. This is my backyard. I have a grapevine. And I've talked about this and I've showed it, okay? On my streams. Like, God, it's so fucking weird. And so she put that in there, I guess, to show me how she copied my fucking thing in my backyard with her arms, with her fucking weird fucking arms. Now, my question, of course, at first was like, did she wear that fucking dress while she was building this thing? I hope not. But like immediately the fucking hair on the back of my neck was straight up, straight the fuck up. Okay. This is weird. I have a lot of pictures of this shit on my social media, my personal social media, you know, the one that she's blocked from. So weird. But I have a lot of pictures of this on my personal social media. So, you know, it's, I'm, you guys know, if you follow my channel, I'm into like gardening and shit like that. So like she, you know, this is more recent. The one I showed you was when we first moved in. I don't even, let me see that one. Oh no, that one might've been newer, but I have several pictures of this setup on my, social media. Like, I don't know, one's on my Instagram and then I have one on, you know, a couple on Facebook of the same area, right? It's my little nook, you know? And, you know, this was here when I moved in. Like, I didn't build this. So she actually copied the lady that lived here before us. I didn't build that thing. That thing was here. To be honest with you, I kind of want to knock it down, especially now. But, I mean, can you guys, like, tell me how creepy this is? Is it just me?
No, it's not just you. That should be weird. Really weird. That hoe be a straight up fucking creeper. But let's get to the part that Blue Balls clipped.
Maybe she'll stalk Satan next. Anyway, Satan might be paying her too. Who knows? Who knows? Broke ass bitch. Just kidding. All right. So she the fuck is it? Oh, she was talking about my money today too. She's like, oh, it's the way she's spending money. I'm like, bitch, like, are you in my bank account? Like, don't worry about how I'm spending money. You don't even know what my bank account looks like. I never brag. She's like, oh, makeup monster. You know, that told me something though, that she brought that up. She says that I brag about being home with my husband. No, it's just a fact, Kristina. I'm home. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm not gonna come up here and lie and say that I work, because I don't. Did I have a job once in life? Yes, I did. She's like, what are your accomplishments? Kristina, what have you accomplished in life besides stalking people like me and Kay? What have you accomplished in life? Okay? Because I mean, I feel pretty accomplished in life. You know, sometimes accomplishments aren't just like, ooh, I got a great job, or I graduated high school or college. I got my master's degree. I feel accomplished. I accomplished a lot of shit, but personal goals mostly, you know. But you probably don't know what that is, so don't worry about it. But I'm proud of things that I've done in life. I don't know if you could say the same, Kristina. Anyway. But anyway, back to Jingle All the Way. I don't know how I got that far off the fucking subject. She obviously stays at home. Yes, Suzanne. She can't work. I mean, I don't know. Trust me, like I didn't want to be a stay-at-home mom. That was the last thing on my fucking list to be ever. I've explained this a million times and I don't need to explain it again, but it financially made more sense for us. And thank God, because I was able to take care of my mom, you know, when I was home, and I wouldn't change anything at this point. But when I became a stay-at-home mom, it was a really, 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 really rough adjustment for me to be home and not be working and not have my own money. Like, it's not fun. It's not a fun thing to have to fucking depend on somebody for money. But it made more financial sense, because I don't live in fucking Vermont where, you know, you could buy a house for probably fucking less than $100,000 a year. I live in New York, Kristina. It's a struggle to live here, girl. But you wouldn't know anything about that. So, Anyway, yeah, very accomplished. I have an awesome son. That was a huge accomplishment in my life. And hockey, he's great at hockey. Trust me, if you knew what I've been through in life and where I am, I accomplished a lot. Anyway.
So there be the full context of the clip. She was addressing that stalker hoe, Kristina, in this video. And now my question be, what's the chances that Blue Ball's been holding on to this shit about Kristina for 5 entire fucking years now? I mean, ho, if you isn't Kristina, like you've denied a million times, why is you holding on to this clip about her? Cause there is no fucking part of me that believes you just randomly stumbled across this shit. If you did, you need to get a fucking life, ho. But this explains why this should be all zoomed in. This hoe clipped this shit about Kristina back in 2020 cause she is Kristina. That hoe had no friends here, especially after making that horrible video about someone's deceased parents. So we know she didn't have anyone clipping it for her. She clipped it because it was about her. And who the fuck else would hold on to a clip about Kristina for that long? There's no way you'd know Kristina was even being discussed in that live from 2020. That's got Wendy and Diane's names in the title, unless you was in that live or watched that live when it happened. So it's either you have no fucking life and was sitting here watching all this bitch's old lives from 5 years ago and sitting there for hours listening until you found that, or you is Kristina and you held onto that shit for 5 years. So which one is it, ho? Y'all see how weird and creepy this bitch be and the crazy shit she put in her video, and I think that's why this hoe so mad. She was called a creepy stalker and laughed out of the community. She even creeped out the cross-eyed life roach. That's why this hoe then decided to come back later as Fresh Start. It's been obvious since day one. She can keep denying it just like she denied being Fresh Start, but all the clues point to it being her. She can't let go of her obsession. It's become her whole identity on here at this point. What the fuck else she going to do with her time? She has given herself away several times at this point, and what make her all the more psychotic is that she keep lying and denying to keep this charade going. Anyway, ho, we is still waiting for you to get
Ken, up!
and do that live you was talking about doing. I mean, after all.
It doesn't take 7 years to prove somebody is what she wants everyone to believe.
And
4 years of talking about someone over a few months of friendship is an obsession.
according to your own words, stay jealous and salty, you little.